Angel Reese walked into her WNBA debut like she was headlining a Coachella stage. Glitter, glam, and all the confidence in the world. But by halftime, the only thing louder than her outfit was the sound of nobody watching. Now she's not just brushing off the low TV ratings, she's clapping back. Critics, fans, media. She's calling them out one by one like she's still in March Madness. But here's the real question. Is this about hate, or did the audience just hit the remote? Because Caitlin Clark lit up the league like it was the NBA Finals. Meanwhile, Reese, let's just say even the squirrels outside the stadium had better attendance. Stick around. This silent treatment might be the loudest message Angel's ever received. Let's not sugarcoat it. Angel Reese's WNBA preseason debut didn't just underperform, it vanished. Like blink and you miss it levels of viewership. For someone with the national spotlight, the ratings weren't just disappointing. They were a flatline. According to reports, the Chicago Sky's game against the Minnesota Lynx barely made a blip on the national broadcast radar. It was so low that even the Nielsen guy probably said, "Yeah, I'm good," and changed the channel. It wasn't just a slow night, it was a no-show. And while Angel was suiting up for her big moment, Caitlin Clark was rewriting history across time zones. Let's talk numbers. Clark's preseason debut with the Indiana Fever pulled in over 500,000 viewers, an unheard-of number for a preseason women's basketball game. It shattered records, flooded social media, and dominated highlight reels. SportsCenter, ESPN, Bleacher, Report, you name it. They were running Clark clips like it was the NBA Finals. Angel's game, on the other hand? You'd be lucky to find a GIF. The comparison was brutal. One rookie looked like she was launching a new era for the league. The other looked like she got lost on the way to the arena. And it wasn't about talent. It was about impact. One captured the moment. The other missed it. Now, some Reese supporters tried to downplay the numbers. They said it was just preseason. They said there wasn't enough promotion. They pointed out that Caitlin Clark had a whole media machine behind her. But even with all that, the gap was massive. We're talking a game that felt like a cultural event versus one that felt like it aired during a power outage. No buzz, no trending hashtags, not even a controversial foul call to stir up debate. And that's where things started to spiral. Because when your debut lands with a thud and someone else's lights up the country, the critics come fast. And Angel Reese? She wasn't about to let that slide. Angel Reese saw the headlines. She saw the posts. She saw the numbers. And she did what Angel Reese always does. She responded, loudly. She wasn't about to sit quietly while the internet turned her WNBA debut into a punchline. Critics were calling her overhyped. Fans were questioning her skill. Some were even saying she was all talk and no game. And if you thought Angel was going to ignore all that, yeah, you don't know Angel. Within hours of the backlash, she took to social media and started clapping back. No holding back, no sugarcoating. In true Reese fashion, she doubled down. She defended herself, her journey, and her brand. She basically told the world, I'm still that girl, whether you tuned in or not. In one post, she hinted that people only want to support her when she's quiet. In another, she reminded everyone of the impact she's had on women's basketball, how her personality, her presence, her style brought a level of attention the sport hadn't seen in years. And she's not wrong. Angel Reese helped turn college women's basketball into a pop culture event, but the pros are different. In college, personality sells. In the WNBA, performance keeps the spotlight. And the more she defended herself, the more divided the response became. Some fans rallied behind her, saying she was being unfairly criticized. Others said she needed to focus more on her game and less on her image. And then, of course, there was the inevitable comparison. Caitlin Clark lets her game do the talking. Why can't Angel do the same? The narrative was slipping away from Reese, and that's when things really got interesting. Because it wasn't just about low ratings anymore. It became a conversation about expectations, accountability, and whether Angel Reese is ready to deliver on the hype she helped build. Now here's where things get complicated, because the criticism aimed at Angel Reese didn't just stay in the realm of basketball. It quickly turned into something bigger, something messier, something that felt a lot like a double standard. On one side, you've got people calling out her game, saying she didn't live up to the hype, didn't show up on the stat sheet, and that her preseason debut flopped because she just didn't perform. Fair enough. Performance matters. This is professional basketball after all. But then you zoom out and a different picture starts to form. Because Caitlin Clark also came into the league with hype. Massive hype. But when she balled out, the media praised her like she just saved the sport. And when Angel didn't put up jaw-dropping numbers in her first game, the same media buried her like her career was already over. Now ask yourself, was the criticism about performance, or was there something else underneath? Angel Reese is loud. She's bold. She talks trash. She owns her confidence. And yeah, she ruffles feathers. But she's also unapologetically herself, an outspoken black woman with a fashion-forward brand, a championship ring, and a fan base that loves her for it. And for some people, that's a problem. The second she stumbled, the backlash wasn't just swift, it was personal. Suddenly, she wasn't just a player having an off night. She was overrated, entitled, a diva. Meanwhile, Caitlin Clark is being called the league's savior before she's even played her second regular season game. Let's be clear, Clark is a phenomenal player, no doubt about it. But the difference in treatment is hard to ignore. When Caitlin shouts at teammates or shows emotion, it's called competitive fire. When Angel does it, it's attitude. When Caitlin promotes herself, it's smart branding. When Angel does it, it's narcissism. That's not basketball talk. That's a bias problem, and Angel sees it. That's why she's pushing back so hard. Because this isn't just about ratings, it's about respect. Now, to be fair, criticism comes with the territory when you're in the spotlight. No one gets a free pass, not even Reese. But if we're gonna hold her to a standard, then let's make sure it's the same standard we use for everyone else. Because whether you like her or not, Angel Reese isn't backing down. She's not going to shrink for anyone's comfort. And love her or hate her, that confidence is part of why so many fans showed up in the first place. Here's the bottom line. Personality can open doors, but performance is what keeps the lights on. Angel Reese has personality in spades. She's marketable, confident, and always has something to say. She's built a brand off of being unapologetically herself, and there's nothing wrong with that. In fact, it's a big reason why she became a star at LSU. But once you hit the pros, that spotlight comes with a new kind of pressure. Now you've got to produce, and that's where the conversation really shifts. In her preseason debut, Reese finished with modest stats. She didn't dominate. She didn't make headlines with her game. And in a league fighting for every viewer, that matters. Because no matter how much style you bring, fans still tune in for substance. And right now, it looks like Angel Reese is bringing more buzz than buckets. Meanwhile, Caitlin Clark, she's out here treating every game like an audition for the Hall of Fame. In her first outing, she dropped 16 points, grabbed 5 boards, and dished out 6 assists in just 19 minutes. And she did it with efficiency, poise, and that signature deep-range shooting that's already become her trademark. Clark isn't trying to be the loudest. She's not flexing on social media mid-game. She's just hooping, and the numbers speak for themselves. Her debut didn't just meet expectations. It exploded past them. Fans didn't have to be convinced to care. They wanted to watch, and that's the key difference. Angel came into the WNBA expecting to be the face of the league, but so far her game hasn't matched the energy of her brand. She's acting like a superstar, but the stats say otherwise. That's not hate, that's just reality. In pro sports, the spotlight isn't guaranteed. You don't get to keep it because of what you did in college or how loud your fan base is on Twitter. You earn it. Every night, every possession, every bucket. Right now, Caitlin Clark is letting her jumper do the talking. Angel Reese? She's still trying to find the mic. This whole Reese versus Clark situation, it's not just drama, it's a wake-up call for the WNBA. Let's be real, this league is in a transition phase. It's trying to grow, attract sponsors, pull in TV audiences, and finally crack into the mainstream sports conversation. And to do that, it needs stars. Not just good players, but marketable, electric, must-watch athletes who put people in seats and make people cancel dinner plans just to catch a fourth-quarter dagger. Angel Reese was supposed to be one of those stars. The league needed her to be flashy and effective, loud and lethal, a baller and a draw. She had the college resume, the media buzz, the brand deals. Everything looked perfect on paper. But the WNBA doesn't run on potential. It runs on performance. You can't ride vibes to a championship. You need buckets. The preseason debut didn't just hurt Angel's momentum, it exposed a deeper problem. The WNBA can't afford to invest its marketing dollars in players who don't deliver on the court. It's not about being entertaining on Instagram. It's about being unmissable when the ball tips off. On the flip side, Caitlin Clark is showing the league exactly what that formula looks like. Show up, show out, keep the scoreboard moving. Boom, ratings follow, ticket sales spike, social media lights up. That's the blueprint. Now, imagine if both players brought that same impact. If Angel Reese can match her brand with her basketball, the WNBA wins big. Because the truth is, the league needs Angel just as much as it needs Caitlin. Different personalities, different styles, but both capable of carrying the sport forward if they bring it every single night. But if Angel keeps leaning on her image without producing in the game, the league risks pouring attention into empty hype, and fans will catch on fast. The WNBA isn't just looking for faces of the league anymore. It's looking for forces. So here's the million-dollar question. Can Angel Reese bounce back? Absolutely. But she's got some serious work to do. This isn't a cancellation moment. This is a crossroads. Angel Reese still has the tools to be a real force in the WNBA. She's tough, athletic, aggressive on the boards, and brings a level of competitive fire you can't coach. She's got the charisma to be a fan favorite and the presence to lead a franchise. But none of that matters if the production doesn't follow. Right now, she's learning what every college star eventually figures out. The pros are different. Everyone here was that girl in college. The speed is faster, the players are stronger, the spotlight is harsher, and the grace period, short. To bounce back, she's going to have to quiet the noise, hit the gym, study the tape, and show up on game day. It's not about proving the haters wrong. It's about proving to the league and to the fans that she belongs not just as a personality, but as a performer. That means putting up double-doubles, locking in on defense, hustling for every possession, and letting her game speak louder than her Instagram feed. And if she does that, if she embraces the grind and focuses on becoming a force on the court, she could absolutely become one of the biggest names in the WNBA, not just for the headlines, but for the highlights. Because the truth is, people want to root for Angel Reese. The story's there, the personality's there. Now she just needs the game to match the moment. So yes, she can bounce back, but only if she stops chasing the spotlight and starts earning it one game at a time. Angel Reese walked into the WNBA with headlines on her back and a crown already in her suitcase. But the league isn't handing out thrones for confidence. It's handing them out for results. And right now, the scoreboards, not lying, Caitlin Clark is running the show. Reese didn't just get low ratings. She got a reality check. One that says personality might sell the tickets, but performance keeps the seats filled. Fans aren't showing up just for fashion and fire captions. They want buckets. They want grit. They want to see greatness. Not just hear about it. Meanwhile, Caitlin Clark is out here letting her game do the talking. Quiet confidence, deadly execution, highlight after highlight. She's not shouting, but somehow the whole country's listening. That's the difference. Angel still has time to flip the script. She's got the talent. She's got the following. But now, she needs to deliver. Because in the WNBA, the spotlight isn't something you hold on to with words. You earn it, possession by possession. So the question isn't whether Angel Reese can rise. It's whether she's ready to stop talking like a superstar and start playing like one. And if not, well, the fans already showed what happens when you don't bring the game. They change the channel.